So it's no secret that Rashford has been quite bad this season. United have been really lacking in goals so far this season as well. Højlund's just settling in, Martial's pretty much made out of glass, and Garnacho's only really effective on the right hand side. And because of this, it comes as no surprise that Rashford has that left wing position all to himself. But does he deserve it? Or would it be better for everyone and Rashford himself if he was sold to another club to restart his career elsewhere? Well, that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. Should Rashford be sold? And let's not waste any more time, let's get into this. So Marcus Rashford came through Man United's youth academy, originally coming through as a striker but has predominantly featured on the left wing in recent years, and to be fair he has been quite good in that position. His game mainly consists of taking opponents on and cuts inside to shoot with his stronger foot. That's about it really. Now don't get me wrong, Rashford is a good player, some could even call him world class. I mean, for God's sake, he literally scored 30 goals in all competitions last season. But my problem with him is that he's just not consistent enough, and consistency is incredibly important when you want to be competing in the Champions League and the Premier League. His performances just haven't really been stellar this season. And whilst we're on the topic of that, I want to quickly talk about Rashford's dip in form, since this seems to be a recurring theme. So in the 2021-22 season, Rashford was sidelined for the first few months of the season because of a surgery that he was having on his shoulder. In the game where we played away to Leicester, Rashford came on as a substitute and levelled the score at 2-2. We ended up losing that game. However, at the end of the campaign he had a measly 4 goals and 2 assists, which for a player like Rashford is abysmal. And because of this, it was looking increasingly more likely that Rashford was going to leave at the end of the season, with PSG being the most likely candidate to buy him. Now whilst we're on the topic of that, I want to talk about some of the reasons why I would personally keep Rashford at the club. And the first being his ability. Because as we've all seen, Rashford whenever he's on form can be absolutely deadly when he's absolutely blitzing down that left hand side and cutting inside with his right foot and just smashing in goals from everywhere. Something that I also think is important about Rashford is the fact that he's one of the team leaders, and you know he's a senior member of the team now. He's not a young player anymore. He's 26 years of age. He's come through the youth academy and he's just one of the players that the young players like Kobbie Mainoo and Garnacho look up to, and I think that's really important to have a player like that in your team. But other than that, I can't really think of many reasons why I would personally keep Rashford. So now I want to go into some of the reasons why I personally sell Rashford, with a big reason being his inconsistency. I've already dwelled on this before, but Rashford for my liking is just too inconsistent. He has so many bad patches, and his attitude as well is something I want to also talk about. His attitude on the pitch from time to time is just abysmal. You can see in this video here that against Luton he's not pressing, or he's not even trying. Like you can literally see it, and he's just not good enough for United in my opinion. And his lack of pressing as well, it's just not good enough, is it? I think the final reason why I would personally sell Rashford is his wages, because I think he's on about 375k a week, and don't forget he's on that amount of money off the back of one good season. So I think it goes without saying that he's not really done enough to warrant that amount of money per week, and I think it's absolutely ridiculous that we've given him that kind of money. But yeah, those are all the reasons why I would sell Rashford. So, let's say that Rashford ends up leaving United in the summer. What will his most likely destination be going forward? Well, there's only one club I can think of, and that is PSG. Because Mbappe is leaving PSG at the end of the season to go to Real Madrid, PSG are going to need another player to fill in that sort of Mbappe-like role, and I think Rashford would be perfect for that. He'd get big wages at PSG as well, which I think would be a financial incentive for him to go, and I think all around it'd just be good for Rashford if he had a new fresh start at another club. And in terms of transfer fee, I think we would be looking at about 75 million quid. So if Rashford ended up actually leaving United in the summer, who would I personally bring in to replace him? My first option would be Michael Olise from Crystal Palace. I think he's a really good dribbler. He'd probably get a lot of assists for Rasmus Højlund, and I think he'd rack up lots of goal contributions as well anyway. I think he's got a really high ceiling as well. I think we'd be looking at about 60 million quid if we were going to get him. And my second option will be Pedro Neto from Wolves. I really like this player as well. He's got a really good work rate, I think. You'd also get a lot of assists for Rasmus Højlund. He's versatile as well, he can play on the left wing as well. I mentioned before that Garnacho is really effective on the right hand side, but if you were going to buy Neto, I think we could move Garnacho to the left wing because he can do good there. Yeah, I think Neto will do really good in this United team as well. Something of note about both of these players that I've just mentioned is that they're both quite injury prone, and not going to lie, United don't really need any more injuries, so Maybe these two might not be the answer, but I think these are two really, really good players that I would love to see United sign, in my opinion. So, in conclusion, I personally want Rashford to stay at United and do really, really well. But at the same time, it's not personal, it's professional, and I think it'd be better for both United and Rashford if he ended up leaving in the summer to a club like PSG, where I think he would do really, really well. However, that's just my personal view on the whole thing, and if you think any differently, let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe if you want to see any further videos like this. This is just for like a college project, but I do actually want to keep making more of these because I thought it was quite fun. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.